Good morning. Today I am going to be scrapbooking Skylar when she was a flower girl in her, let's see, would he be an uncle? I think he's an uncle. I don't know. It's my nephew. Does that make him an uncle? I have no idea. But it's my nephew's wedding. And so anyway, I have this picture of her, well, these three pictures. It was so cute. She's got on her little dress and she's kind of standing there. And then Seth, my son, comes up and starts talking to her, and he must have said, "Are you ready to be the flower girl or something?" Because all of a sudden she's like all shy. And so I'm going to call it Shy Sky and the Gentle Giant, because look at how much he's got to bend over to look at her, because he's like 6'6" and she's all tiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the pictures down, and I'm gonna have them kind of like this, where it's just kind of almost like they've been just set down here. And I'm going to put this clock, once I figure out what the number is, I'm going to put this here before I put on the title. So I'm just going to kind of shoot for the middle here, make sure it's right side up, and then I'm going to put the title on there. So I'll pause it while I put the title on, and I'll put down the pictures. I'm also going to tuck this in here, and I'll probably do that when I tape them down too. So I'll have that stuff done, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I got the title on. I put it on top of the clock, got the pictures down, got the frame back here, and I forgot to tell you about the paper. Okay, this is Mintay and it's Graceful, and I am using Graceful elements and also the elements from the Shabby book. And the layout I'm doing is actually scrap lifted from Janet from RTS Scrapbooking, and she had actually scrap lifted Lisa Dickinson, and I had done the same layout previously, and I will link that down below. So I did the same layout, but with different pictures and with different papers. Okay, so I'm going to be laying embellishments like this. So any place where there's a seam, it gets embellishments. So I am just gonna start embellishing. I'm gonna start here at the top and kind of work my way down. And I've got this key, and this is from the Shabby, or it's keyhole, and it's from the Shabby collection. And I'm gonna stick it right here up at the top and hopefully not go off the edge. Now I actually have lines here because my paper that I put it on is wider than a 12 by 12, which I thought, oh, the paper must be small, but then I realized I went and measured it and it was not. Okay, and then I have these keys, and this is from the Graceful. This is such a beautiful collection, and I think I used this collection for Brenna and Tegan when they were dressed up, for their dressing up layout. And that I had done before I started refilming, but I did show it in one of the first layout shares. So I'm putting these keys right here in the middle still. because all the embellishments go into the center or in on these lines. And so I've got a butterfly here, and I'm going to put that up there. And is this the one I wanted to put up there, or this one? Oh, I think I want it to be this one. Okay, now I'm stuck to it. Okay. I love these pictures of Skylar. It's just so funny, her talking to him because he's so tall. And he's like all leaned over talking to her, and how she's got her face covered. Okay. And now what do I have below that? I don't remember. A clock? Okay, so I've got a little clock that I'm putting below that. I think this is such a unique way to a unique layout by doing the embellishments like this. So I thought I just want to do that again. Okay, and then I've got this little flower, and that should just cover up a little bit here. Yeah, I'm gonna lay that down. And the clock is also from the Shabby, and this is from the Shabby, this flower. So I'm kind of using a little bit of both of them. And everything I do is to cover up the seams. So it really doesn't matter that the paper is a little too small. Okay, and I've got to cheat here and see what I have next. I've got it on my phone. That's the best part of, I'll tell you, I use the camera more than anything. You know, it's like taking pictures of grandkids, scrapbooking. And now I've got just a little white flower. Well, yeah, it's mostly white. And I'm gonna tuck that underneath here too. I tried to bring in some, like this little lace, but it was so bulky that I couldn't really get it to work. And so I would like to try some lace sometime, maybe in a layout like this. Okay, and I've got some little paper buttons. This is also from the Shabby book. And I have a white one and a pink one. And so I'm just gonna kind of tuck the white one underneath that little rose. And then I'm going to put the pink one right over top of the white one. Well, it's kind of an off-white. And then I have a little brad here somewhere, maybe, if I haven't lost it. Okay, I guess I'll find that sooner or later. And, oh, here it is. So I'm gonna also put down this another key. And I'm gonna be gluing and taping. Sometimes gluing, sometimes taping. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this right up to the key. I mean the button. And then I've got a purple ribbon, and this is from the Graceful, and so is the key. And I'm going to kind of turn this like this because I don't want to go off the edge of the paper. Because I might have one piece that I have to cut, but I will be covering up the edge because I don't like the look of the cut edge. Okay, and here's that little brad. And the little brad is from the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Indigo Garden. No, it's not. Or is it? No, it's not. It's from a different collection. Okay, but I'm gonna have a pink one from there. I'll have to figure out what that one is and I'll write it down below. Okay, now I'm going on to this side, and oh, I have the bird. I forgot the bird. This is from the Shabby collection. The bird is, and I actually had smaller birds in the Graceful collection, but they're really tiny, and I thought, you know what, if you had them sitting on the key would be enormous. So this is a little more proportional, even though the bird still is a lot smaller than what it would actually be if it was sitting on a key, unless of course it's a really tiny bird. And so I put that up on dimension, and you see how there's this window, these windows here too. I just love this collection. It's just so beautiful. Okay, and now I'm gonna come over here, and I've got another keyhole, and I'm gonna have a clock. So I'm gonna take them both because the keyhole is gonna actually overlap. Oops. The clock when I put it down. Okay, oh, kind of bent it. There we go. And I kind of shoot for having the clock somewhat straight. Even if I tilt it, I still want it to be kind of upright. And sometimes I do like it a little bit tilted. Okay, so I've got those there. And now I'm gonna go from this end, because I'm gonna put a butterfly and it's gonna be dimensional. So I'm gonna work my way to the butterfly. And I've got another button, and this time is a turquoise one. These buttons are so cute. And that goes right over here, and it'll cover up my little glue that I spilled out. Okay. And then, let's see, then I'm gonna have an ivory button. And I'm also gonna have this little cherub head with wings. And these are all from the Shabby that I've been doing lately. So I'll try to tell you what they're from. And I'm just gonna slightly tilt her like she's just a little piece in the middle here. Okay, and then I've got another pink button, and I think I'll just put a little glue on that. A piece of glue. Okay. Oh, you know what? I might have to slide everything this way just a little bit, because I think I've got this just a little too close. See if I can move it. Okay, let's see if this is going to fill up the space. Yes, it will. Okay. So that's good there. So then I've got the butterfly that I'm sticking right here. Let's see, I actually want to put this one here. Okay, is that going to cover up too? Yes, okay. Oh, and I forgot to put glue underneath it. Let me see if I can squeeze that in there. Did I do that with that one? Bet you I didn't put any glue on him either. Terry, Terry, Terry. Okay. So now I've got that line filled. And then I've got like a bouquet or an arrangement here. And when I first bought the Graceful, I couldn't get the papers And so I just bought the element sheet because I thought it was so pretty. And then I bought like maybe there was 2 papers I could buy or something. But now I'm gonna let this go off the edge because I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna put this bow here. So normally I don't like to see the cut edge of the flower, but this one I'm gonna have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off right now so I can add my bow. And I am going to adjust it so it is not off the edge, but it'll kind of cover up that. You won't notice so much that I cut those leaves. Okay. And then I have this lantern, and I am going to just tuck this underneath the picture. And so hopefully I didn't tape it all the way down, because you know how I said it. I always leave them all up and then I never ever tuck anything, but today I'm tucking. So, okay, just a little. Okay, well, I don't think I have it straight. Let me try that again. Okay, and oh, I shouldn't have tucked that down all the way down or taped it all the way down, because I'm actually gonna tuck this too. Jeez. Okay, I think I can get it in there enough. Oh, not that much showing, or this much. Okay. So I'm just gonna tuck this in here. I guess I could just cut some of it off. That'd be easier. Okay. I'm just gonna tuck that in there. And then I have a little button that I'm actually gonna tuck underneath there. This is my whole tucking corner. So I'm gonna tuck this little button underneath here. And then again, I have a brad, and this one is from the Indigo brads. I forget what the other one was. It was like a family something, but I'll write it down below anyway. And now I've got a little butterfly here, and I was thinking I already started taking these off. Oh yeah, I did one. Okay, so I'm gonna put this kind of on the flower by the lantern, and this time I'm going to put glue on it before I put it all the way down. Yay! Let's celebrate the little things. Like when we remember stuff. Okay, so I think it's down. Okay, and then where did my other little brad go? Oh, it goes over here. It's going over here by this little blue, or the little pink button. I think right there should be good. Okay, and then I should have one more key to go with my bird. I'm going to do a little bit of taping. Well, I guess not enough to have bothered with, but done it anyway. Okay, and I'm gonna stick this right up here in the corner. And did I leave enough room for her? Okay, I need to make sure that I have enough room for my bird. because he's going to be right there. And I've got this little bow. So the birds and butterflies are all from that Shabby collection. And the keys and this bouquet of flowers are from the Grateful collection. And this lantern too. It had a lot of bigger embellishments in it, so that's why I went to the Shabby collection. And I love the bigger birds over the other birds instead of using the other birds. The other birds are this big, so you can see why I switched to this one. Okay, and he just kind of wraps his feet around that key. And then, let's see, where's my enamel dots? Oh, here they are. And then I've got these pink enamel dots that I just received from Gina Marie, and I am so excited that I have them because I didn't have any pinks anymore. So I am going to, I don't know, maybe kind of scatter some around because maybe because you know, it's not like I really have a triangle. So kind of just here and there. Okay, I think I'll put a couple up here by this bird. And I think I'm gonna put kind of a couple by these keys to bring in some pink right there. And maybe one right in here. Okay, I think that looks good. So there's Skylar and her gentle giant, and I will have close-ups at the end. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.